Alright guys, I'm going to show you guys a really simple way to make homemade eggnog. So, we have 6 farm fresh eggs here. Well, there's 5, but I already have 1 cracked. So, I'm going to show you, we're going to do that one first because it just cracked on my rock. By the way, I made this bowl completely by myself out of a river stone. But anyway, so we're going to go by cracking these eggs open. And then once I get them all cracked open, we're going to separate the egg yolks from the egg whites. And it doesn't matter if some of these shells get in because it's not going to. I'm going to show you a real simple way to separate because I don't like touching eggs to begin with, but here we are. Rather, I don't like sitting there having a handful of fucking eggs here, so just gonna rinse my hands off. And then all I'm gonna do is take my water bottle, place it over my egg yolk. Plop that in there. Man, that was a very fertile egg, let me tell you that. Yeah, that was a very fertile egg. Oh, yeah, this one was fertilized a little bit. But you're gonna deal with that. So, give me one moment. I'll be right back with another egg. So I'm kind of a little too rough on that one. So. Usually it does a lot better than this. Anyways, just put that in there. So then, after you get all your egg yolks in there, you're going to take, and I already have this pre-made, or like pre-measured. So it's 2 cups of whole milk and 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. So that's why you see a little foamy up there. It's from the heavy whipping cream. But anyway, so you're gonna put a little bit in there. and you're going to put a whole cup of sugar in here, and then you're going to mix that together so it's all nice and fluffy. So you see how fluffy it is now? So then we're going to turn our oven on to about, probably like 5 or 6. So it's not too much. And so on here, I have some herbs I'm going to roast real quick before adding in all of the milk. So I have allspice berries, star anise, or anise, anyways, cute little stars. I got fresh clove, and then also I have nutmeg. You're going to have 1 tablespoon, or no, I'm sorry, half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Yeah, you don't want too much in there of that. So, and, so I'll let that roast for a few minutes. As you can tell, I have a very old stove, but that's why it smokes a little bit, because, well, it's well seasoned. No matter how good I clean it, it's very well seasoned from over the years of cooking on it. So. And then once you smell the aromas of the spices, it takes probably like around a minute or 2 of roasting them, but you'll see them get a little bit warm, and then you'll start really smelling all those seasonings in there. And then you will take the rest of your milk here. Put that in there. Also, if you want to, you could either add another ½ teaspoon of cinnamon, or just like 2 of these cinnamon sticks. And then I'm going to let that come to a very small boil, not a big one. Like you're not sitting there boiling pasta. Okay, and then once you get a little bit more heated off, you're going to just do a pinch of salt. I use Himalayan salt because it's healthier, but you can use any old salt that you desire. I even have purple lavender salt, so that's more for my savory, earthy dishes. Not that this isn't earthy, but I don't think you really want lavender added to that. Did he just claw you? Dick. So, as you can see here, there's some steam coming up. At least you should be able to see that there's steam coming off. You're going to take just going to take a little bit of the milk and start slowly adding it to those eggs, because you can't add this into the milk mixture that's already on the stove, because it will just cook your eggs. So you want to do this, start adding in a little bit of milk at a time, like hot milk, just so that it starts temping the eggs, which that means it's just slowly getting the egg yolks and sugar mix to that temperature so it doesn't cook it. And then once that's all nice and evenly, put another cup in there. Slow process, but well worth it, guys, I promise. I think one more spoonful of this will be good at it, because now it's all pretty liquidy, just like the same texture as the milk. This is the part where you finally do start cooking those egg yolks, though. So, gonna let it do its job. Just stirring that. You're also going to add in your 1/4 teaspoon, whatever, of vanilla extract. I use the pure vanilla extract compared to like the imitation. It's just better. And then you're going to take a thermometer here, and you want this to get to 160 degrees. before you ever take it off the heat. Okay, so perfect. I'm just making sure. Perfect. So, as you've seen, it's at 160 degrees. I'm going to stir this one more time though, and then start straining it. Because I always like to double check myself, make sure. See, it's at 102 right now, drop it down to 98. See, it's starting to drop temperature. So that's, well, I guess it jumped up to 159, but you see how we're starting to get these bubble pockets? We don't want that. So we're going to turn that down to like between 1 and 2 so we get that simmer effect. Because you don't want to bring this to a boil. Do not, I can't repeat that enough, do not bring this to a boil. So, got it back down to 96. Okay, we are safe to start straining this. We're just going to turn that off completely. I'm actually going to be using my blender because one, I don't really like my blender. I usually use a food processor for everything, but you're going to need to take it. Okay, so this part we're just going to skip in the video most likely because I feel like I'm going to make a mess and I'm going to cry. I don't know how I'm gonna really do this. This is gonna be messy. Okay. We're gonna get a that was just scary to me. We're not using this. Okay. You might want to come over on this one because I'm a right-handed person. Hold on 1 second. We gotta keep stirring this. And yeah, you have to strain this, guys. Like, you cannot skip this part. This is a very important part. Do not skip it. I don't know how much clearer I can be with that. Because see, you're going to have little bits like this in there. So that's why you have to strain it. So, we're going to let this sit in the fridge for probably about an hour, and then we'll be back. Talk to you guys soon. Okay guys, now that our eggnog has successfully cooled, and so when you're following that recipe, your eggnog's gonna be super thick. So, and some people like theirs super thick. So, but if you don't, which I don't as much like how thick it comes out, so I always add like probably about another cup of milk during the cooling process, just to, like, I would say when you temp it again, make sure that it's at least 80 degrees by the time that you add in your other cup of milk and mix it in. And then just let that cool. So that's what I did. So now we're just going to pour it in here. And then, just to be cute, got a little bit Cool Whip in there. Add a vanilla bean, which these are actual vanilla beans. I mean, technically you can get them at Walmart or your local food store, but usually you get literally one single vanilla bean for $13, which that's just freaking outrageous. So you could just order these bad boys on Amazon for $12 for 10 of them. So, and then this is my own mixture. It's just an old sprinkle container, but it's just cinnamon and sugar mixed together. And then you're just gonna top that. But yeah. And then enjoy.